The thing for me is, beyond the talk, where's the commitment? And that's where those of us who are in this governance space do not see. We've got the legislation, we've got EACC, the president consumes intelligence. If there are any enabling institutions that are required, it is there. The question that has been there is, where is the whale? Mm-hmm. In just the past 3 years, there are people who are first-term members of parliament that we see, first-term associates of people in government who have grown multi-billionaires all of a sudden. First-time MPs, and like I said, they are very good MPs who do their job. But there are others who someone buys a helicopter and buys this and buys this, and we say it's out of business, that you really can't track. And the thing that makes Kenyans really unhappy is when an MP is hovering over a funeral and throwing words of cash at the public. Yet, when you go to Turkana, I was in Loyangalani last weekend, and you meet women who haven't eaten for 2 weeks. And we have a fresh lake, which we can't tap into, and they ask you, habari ya Kenya. But we're in 2025. We're talking about hospitals that do not have essential infrastructure. And then we talk about, okay, we are doing an equipment leasing scheme, and we are also asking questions around how do we procure this? How does it work out for us? And we look at all these contracts and we ask ourselves, when we are talking about the fight, and we are saying, I know, because that's what he said. That's what he said. That there is this person who's doing this. Ile pesa iliwafikia. Do you know it was meant for this and this and this? And then people say, can you name them? I think for me, it's about the Damascus moments that he talks about, but it's about leadership.
The intention, very briefly before I give Senator.
Yes, because I think he was interjecting to enrich or to raise questions. So, and he's questioning the commitment. The president has given an administrative framework of action by constituting that team. That team, multi-agency, is more of administrative. It wasn't intended to take over the roles of EACC and the rest. And that is the intention. I think as a country, we must have a proper administrative framework of action to combat
that we don't have already
corruption.
In the Constitution?
Of course, we have EACC, but assigned by the Constitution. But it will not be EACC alone that is going to work. You will need DPP, you will need NIS, you will need the goodwill of the government administration. And what the president constituted was more an administrative unit.
And because that matter is still before the
advance, yes. To advance the process of combating corruption wholesome in the entire country.
We don't want to prejudice
and I think,
whatever is before.
We must move from arguments and from words to action.
The
president is already at a phase of action, but some are still doubting whether there is commitment. The president is at the forefront, and I think as a country, let us allow actions that have frameworks that have been put in place to combat corruption to work. It is time we fight.
Senator, it feels more like a knee-jerk reaction on the part of the president, that all of a sudden now corruption is a big problem and it's crisis level. And probably that's why the Daily Nation has decided to actually look at the intention. What could be pushing the president towards this? Do you feel like probably even Parliament is just collateral damage here, that the president is trying to pacify other forces, and in that he just found himself provoking the kind of emotions that are there?
Those are theories by the Daily